Hi, today I'm reviewing the Mario Badescu Hyaluronic Dew Cream. And really quick, I just want to say I purchase all these products with my own money. I'll never waste your time with sponsored ads or videos, so if you want to help support the channel, check out nobsbeauty.com, check out my Patreon community, or click on the Amazon link below. Okay, so I picked this one up. Man, it's been a while. Although it still seems like a newer product, but I picked this up, has to be 6 weeks ago, maybe 2 months. So, certainly had a lot of chance to try it out, so I thought I'd finally share my thoughts with you. So, they call this a moisturizer that replenishes skin with light, botanical infused hydration. That sounds very expensive, doesn't it? Mario Badescu's Hyaluronic Dew Cream is formulated with a sodium hyaluronic complex for maximum moisturizer without the heaviness. This oil-free moisturizer leaves skin looking fresh and dewy. And I wouldn't necessarily say that's so true. Because when I think of this cream, I don't think of dewy, a fresh finish. Kind of sets to more of a matte finish, if anything. So, not that that's a bad thing, but... Anyway, okay, my first criteria is packaging, and obviously, if you've seen in my videos, you know I'm not a huge fan of jar packaging. Because of that, I only opened up one corner of this, so I've kind of been scooping it out. I don't know. Probably doesn't help too much, but there are a few ingredients in here that are sensitive to light and air, so it would be better off in a squeeze tube or an airless jar or anything but that. But overall, for the most part, most of the ingredients aren't overly sensitive to light and air. There's just a few in there, so not always exciting, but it's simple. I mean, it doesn't come in a box or anything, so I guess that's a good thing, less packaging. Although sometimes I like it if it would be like sealed a little bit better, although it does come with the seal on it, so I don't know. Anyway, you can see that little flap. That's how I've been getting the product out, so. In terms of denatured or drying types of alcohol, this does not contain any of those, so that's a good thing. And some of their products do contain a lot of alcohol. This one does not. And then when we get to fragrance, it really has no noticeable scent, although it does contain one fragrant ingredient, which is thyme extract, which it's kind of a double-edged knife ingredient, or double-edged sword ingredient. Double-edged knife. Hey, knife and a sword are close. It's kind of it can be a good ingredient. Thyme extract can be a good antioxidant, but it also can be sensitizing, especially if you have more sensitive skin. So overall, in my opinion, the scent of it really isn't very noticeable, and it's pretty far down the ingredient list, so overall, I'm not going to punish them for that ingredient. But had it been really high up or a lot more noticeable, it might have been more of an issue. So for most people, it's not going to be an issue. The manufacturing location for this one is the U.S., so no issues with that. And since the first ingredient is water, I can do a pH test just in case some of you guys are interested. I know that. Let me see if I've got a little spatula. Here we go. I always need one of these. Okay. I'm going to scoop it out from my little flap here. It probably really doesn't make much of a difference. Oh, quick I'll do. I'll show you this because they say it has a nice dew finish, and I really think it just kind of sets to a natural finish. A natural matte finish, actually. I don't think it really gives a super dewy look. I mean, there's nothing wrong with the finish of it, but I just don't necessarily think... If you're thinking you're getting a radiant finish or a dewy finish with this, I think you're going to be a little disappointed because it's more of a matte finish. So the pH for this one looks to be pretty much right about 5, maybe about 5.5. So no real issues with that. Yeah, I'd say about 5.5. Okay, so ease of use. Very easy to use. You apply it to skin after cleansing, toning, essences, and if you use a serum or a treatment, use it after that. It soaks in pretty nicely. Although in my morning routine, I found with certain sunscreens, it does have a tendency to pill. But not with all of them. It seems to pill more with long wear sunscreens that set to a real matte finish, sunscreens that sometimes have alcohol in them. It seems to pill with some of those, although hydrating sunscreens and mineral sunscreens, I didn't notice that as much. I noticed it more with chemical long wear sunscreens. So otherwise, in my evening routine, I didn't have any issues with it at all. So it seems to soak in nicely. I don't really consider that a dewy finish, but again, there's no issue with it. So otherwise, it plays well with other products other than some sunscreens. In terms of antioxidants and beneficial ingredients, that's where this product is a bit of a letdown. It contains a lot of slip ingredients. A lot of the first ingredients are all slip ingredients. Other than those, it does contain a few beneficial ingredients such as aloe, squalane, green tea, cucumber, and then it's got a few types of hyaluronic acid. Although for a product that has as many ingredients as this one does have, I'm a little disappointed to not see more antioxidants or anything exciting. That's about it. It's not the most exciting product, but if you have a lot of sensitivities or things like that, it might be a good product because it's not loaded with tons of things, just a lot of slip and hydrating ingredients, which I guess doesn't really claim to have antioxidants or anything like that. So anyway, no issues with that other than I would have liked to see more good things. That's all. Okay, in terms of animal testing, this is cruelty-free as well as gluten-free, so that's always nice to see for those with sensitivities. Performance in it. If you're going to use this in your routine, I highly recommend using this before, like if you're going to use it in your evening routine, use it before a sleeping mask or a face oil or something like that, because hyaluronic acid really works best sometimes if you just apply it to damp skin and then apply something else over it so it can work its way up. Otherwise, I mean, it's quasi-hydrating, but still for my dry skin, not enough that I could use this alone. Especially like in my morning routine, it just isn't hydrating enough. I still need to use another moisturizer with it. So, I don't know. It's okay. I think if you have oilier skin or normal skin, this might be everything you might need. But for those of us with drier skin, I just don't think it's probably going to provide enough hydration for most of us. Lincoln wants to say hi. Do you like this product, Lincoln? He doesn't like it. Lincoln really prefers fragrance in my skincare. Okay, so the one thing to make it a bit more hydrating, I found adding a drop of oil in it seemed to help. In terms of acneogenic ingredients, it does have a few, squalane and propylene glycol. Although I do tend to find hyaluronic acid a bit suffocating for skin. I don't know. I've not tried a lot of hyaluronic products that I really like. I don't know. Maybe you guys have, but I just don't find it to be that exciting. I sometimes find it to be rather suffocating. So, I don't know. I just don't think hyaluronic acid's all it's cracked up to be, although it's a good ingredient. I just don't think it should be the main center of all of these products because it really, other than moisture, it really doesn't do that much. That's my thoughts. Controversial, I guess, probably, but I'm never afraid to step into controversy. Okay, price. So this is a full size, which is 1.5 ounces, and it retails for $26. So overall, it's not a ridiculous price. For what you get, I think it's a little pricey, but for brand like this, for a product like this, I don't think $26 is ridiculous, but I think there are some other moisturizers you can get for a better price that are better, like the Acure Radically Rejuvenating Whipped Night Cream. I love that stuff. Okay, then we get to the it factor, and overall, it's a slightly above average moisturizer, in my opinion. Thankfully, it's not loaded with alcohol or fragrance, but it does lack a good mixture of antioxidants, vitamins, minerals, skin soothing, and other beneficial ingredients. But I'm not a huge fan of the packaging, but overall it's an okay product, just not the most exciting and not my favorite product I've ever tried. I'll certainly finish it up, but I would not repurchase it, but still not the worst thing in the world I've tried, especially from this brand. They seem to add a lot of fragrance and things, so I was impressed that they didn't do that with this one, so it makes it kind of a better product for sensitive skin. So overall, out of 10, this got a 6, which is below average, but still not flunking out, so it's okay. It's okay. I don't know. I felt stronger about other things than I feel about this one, but overall it's okay. So anyway, I'm interested if you guys have had a chance to try this, and if you have what your thoughts are, so leave a comment. I love hearing from you, and stay tuned for more tomorrow. Thank you so much, guys.